Okay, Joseph, you are unmuted. 206 area code.
Joseph Vasquez here.
Hey, bud. Yep.
Hey, wanted to say a big thank you to you, Phil. Boy, you just have made such a difference in my credit report. I started after a divorce, 431 credit score, and just following the guidance that you have provided, my score is up to 685. And I missed the first part of the call, so I do have, in reference to the 3 things to do. Number 1, just review and make sure that all my errors are off my report, and you send in the certified letter. Do I do return receipt requested in reference to that for getting errors off the report?
You don't have to, because you can do electronic receipt. You know what I mean? Where
Okay.
you're gonna, as long as you show, you don't need to spend the extra $2 or $3 on that. As long as you show that they got it, that's all we need. Good question, though, Joseph.
Fantastic, Phil. Then the other thing is, you mentioned something about a credit line. Is that like an installment line? Is that, I can go to my bank and just give them $1,000 and they'll give me an installment line? Is that what you're referring to?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm referring to. If they will report as an installment line to the bureaus, that's the key, because a lot of them don't. So before we created our credit rebuilder program, I mean, the number of calls we would get to customer service, or the number of calls on these calls saying, "Hey,
Sure.
What banks will do this?" Right? And
Right.
I mean, we got clients in 50 states. I mean, it's just like in Canada. Like,
Sure.
We just can't keep track of it. So as long as, yes, the short answer is yes. As long as your bank will report as an installment line, right? Then it's a win. And if it doesn't, you can always fall back on our credit rebuilder program.
Okay, great. What was the third item on 3 things to do?
So the third one, the one you're missing, it was actually number 2, was to get 3 credit cards revolving.
Okay.
Because what we want to do, we just want to make sure that there's proper items being reported, right, to the bureaus. So.
Okay. Question. How do I find out if, how do I make sure that the credit cards are reporting to the bureaus?
Fantastic question, Joseph. What you do is just call them. And you just say, what credit cards do you report, what bureaus do you report to, and do you report the proper credit limit? I called Chase one time, right?
Yeah.
Chase was not reporting the proper limit. And they said to me, well, you don't have the right card. Okay? I didn't have the right card. You know, and so this is why the nuances are so important. You think Chase, of course they're going to report, right?
Yeah.
But they didn't. I had one of these free cards. This is early in my credit career, before I knew anything.
Yeah.
So I had to change cards. As long as they report to all 3 bureaus for the revolving cards and they report the proper credit limits, you got this. But Joseph, you're asking all the right questions, so you're on it. Thank you so much for calling in.
Okay,
what other questions do you have? Sure.
I mean, I spend a lot of money in one of my companies, and a month, and I want to get a travel card because I was calculating it out. I can get close to 500,000 miles a year,
Bravo.
which would pay for my family's travel for a holiday. And so how do I get? I mean, being a 685, I'm just under. I think you guys have done a great job with your credit rebuilder program. Oh my God, you guys have gone above and beyond on the work that you guys have done, where the attorneys that were found what was it? It was banks had actually inaccurately had said that I was applying for credit and I hadn't, and they're in the process of getting that removed. They actually got an approval. I already spoke with the attorney about it, so I'm just blown away how impressive that your whole team is, that everybody in each capacity is helping there. So my score is going to come up a little bit more, but how do I get the travel rewards? Because it seems like they want a higher score for that, and I'm at 85 right now.
Okay, so Joseph, first of all, thanks for saying that about the program, and believe me, we have a lot of missteps too. So as impressive as it looks, we're doing the best we can, and we do drop balls typically, but we're doing our best, trying to improve every day. Regarding the credit card, and I agree. I mean, 500,000 miles a year, home run, right? You're not going to get it with a 685 score, but doing what you're doing. Like, I didn't know you were in our credit rebuilder program. So if you're doing that, do you have 3 credit cards yet?
I actually have 5 cards.
Okay, so you got 5 cards. So here's what you could do. Here's a little quick credit strategy technique, right?
Okay.
Do you have balances on those cards?
Only on 2 cards.
Okay, so if one day you called into those 2 cards and all the credit cards, and you paid them all down to 0 via their e-check. So this is instant pay, right? You're not sending a check. It's instant pay. Everything goes down to 0, right?
Yeah.
And then you're going to have nothing on your credit report except clean, there's basically no utilization. Then then what I would do is that next day, apply for one of these reward cards, see if you get it, right?
Okay.
So, and now if you don't get it, don't worry about it, right? Don't worry about it. Give it 6 months of credit rebuilding. It just takes time sometimes for scores to improve. You give it 6 months, and then after that, you're going to be there. I mean, you're within striking distance. You are very, very close to generating 500,000 miles a year for your family vacation.
Right. Okay, great. So I pay off the cards. Actually, I was just getting ready to pay off the 2 because they're only like a third of the balance, and then all 5 will be paid off. So the very next day, I would apply for the rewards card. Question. The other question there, I've written down my questions here. One moment here. How about asking for credit line increases?
Well, that's important if you have balances that you can't pay off, right?
Oh, no, I don't.
That's not where you're at. I mean, because let's just pretend you paid off all your credit cards, and then you have higher credit limits. It's not going to impact your score. In fact, you wouldn't want to ask for a credit line increase and then in order to apply as well.
Okay,
that would impact. Yeah.
I'm thinking separately that on the I got to just make sure that it's been 6 months since the card was activated, and I have it on auto pay, so there's no late pays. Then I could ask for credit. I want to just keep increasing my credit so that I can actually use the money for real estate flip.
So I agree with that, but not when you're trying to get it like a United Airlines card.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, you're trying to get a rewards card, right?
Right. Yeah, that's more important.
Exactly. That's not where you want to focus right now.
Okay. So
and another thing is,
Okay.
You go ahead. I'm sorry. No, go ahead.
Okay.
No, go ahead.
Please. How do I get my score to come up more if pretty much most, I think I have a bankruptcy, but the bankruptcy was discharged in December of 2015. So I have 16, 17, 18, 19. So I really have 4 years out, here in 2 months or in a month. So how do I get this? Is getting the score up literally just confirming that all errors are off the report except for that one bankruptcy, and then getting the installment line, which would be a different form of credit?
Well, the thing is, if you already have our credit rebuilder program, I don't know if you need the other installment line, right? Okay. Because keep in mind, when you get a new line item like that, it's going to lower your average age, which is going to have a negative impact on your credit score.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So the thing is, what the key with credit is one step at a time, right? One step at a time. This is a big, I mean, is there anything else I don't know about your life? Meaning like you have 5 credit cards. You have our credit rebuilder program, which is reporting an installment line. You can pay off your credit cards. You don't need to apply for a car or a home or anything like that right now, right?
No, well, I want to apply for a home, but I'll build a little bit more capital, and I got to find something that I can, yeah.
Okay, so the main focus right now from a credit perspective is like a travel card, right?
That's my number one thing, yeah.
Okay, so if that's the thing,
got money going out the door every month that I can
I get it, Jeff. Like, yeah. So if that's the case, don't worry about the credit. Don't worry about the other installment line. Don't worry about that, right? Because that's going to bring down your score before it improves it. It's 1 step back, 3 steps forward. And try the trick I just told you. Pay off all your credit cards with e-check. Have 0 balance, and the next day apply for the card. Let's see if that bumps you to 720.
Okay. Oh, by paying them all off, and then the next day apply for a rewards card.
Yeah, let's see if it works, and keep me posted on the success.
Okay, great. And then also, do you have a way of checking to see if the installment program is reporting on my bureau, or do I check and send it to you?
Oh no, I mean of course we do. We just call our finance company. So what you do, just reply to any of our emails and ask that question. So
perfect.
That's great. That way, I'm not taking personal information from you on the call and stuff like that.
Yeah, totally. Okay, so the 3 things to do were getting errors off the report, establishing credit with the credit line. And what did I miss a third thing on that? Because I've been taking notes.
Yeah, no. The 3 things are errors off the credit report, which you've done.
Yeah.
3 credit cards and 1 installment line, which you have.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
That's it.
Bill, thank you so
Joseph.
much. I look forward to referring you to other people and continued support from you guys. I couldn't do it without you.
Joseph, I've been here for 17 years. I'm going to do it for another 17.
Okay, great, Bill.
Talk to you soon.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.